Hello YouTube guys. Anytime I put on this shirt, I always feel the need to record. So this might just be my little YouTube shirt or my lucky recording shirt or something. Guys, I promise you I do not have beards. You can see there are no hairs. I think I should start bleaching the top of my lips. I don't even know. And I have acne. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angel. Hello, and in today's video, this is going to be a very short video. For those of you that have been watching my YouTube, okay, scratch that. For those of you that have been following me on Instagram, you'll see that I have been uploading progress on my mini braids hair growth challenge. I'm currently on a 1-year mini braids hair growth challenge, and I upload my progress inconsistently, but I shall post them. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys some disadvantages of having mini braids. It's crazy, right? That's why I said it's going to be a short video, a very short. Anyway, moving on. I shall probably done the advantages before the disadvantages. Anyway, one disadvantage of mini braids, which is one thing that a lot of people complain about, and one reason why a lot of people do not want to install mini braids, is that after a couple of days, your mini braids do not look cute. Now, there are many ways to resolve this. Number one is that you do not wash your hair in your braids often, and that doesn't work for me because I like to wash my hair every single week. I have a very itchy scalp. I live in Nigeria. I live in Abuja, specifically in Abuja in Nigeria, and Abuja is very hot. And because of the nature of mini braids, I wear a lot of wigs, as you can see. Oh, this is not my hair, this is a wig. So I wear a lot of wigs and scarves and all of that. And even when I don't wear them, because I don't go out a lot, I am a homebody, I don't go out a lot, but even when I am at home, I sweat, and I sweat in my scalp, and I strongly believe that that contributes a lot to the itchiness of my scalp. And I'm not about to go up and down and scratching, because I used to do that a lot. But when I started washing my hair weekly, I don't scratch my scalp as often or as much. That's a little disadvantage, because unlike twists that look nicer as they age, mini braids not really. For some people, if the braids are smaller, yes, it can end up looking like locks, locks and all of that. But if the braids are medium size, which is the size I would highly recommend, because if they're smaller, they're very difficult to take down, and you might end up just losing length, which just defeats the whole purpose of installing it in the first place. I would just advise you to pick your struggle. Just pick your struggle. Get a lot of wigs if your aim is to grow your hair really long, or you have to manage. You could manage. And then for someone like me whose aim is to grow my hair and to retain as much length as possible, I do scalp massages every single day. Now, in as much as scalp massages, you're meant to move your scalp, and not necessarily, you know when people use this scalp massager, they just do this, moving the scalp massager. I feel like that causes a lot of harm than good, and that can also add to your hair looking frizzy. But if you just place it gently on your scalp and then you move it like this, that's the massage. We're not, do you get my point? Exactly. It's funny how I'm giving the disadvantages, but I'm giving you answers and ways to curb this because I love mini braids. Anyway, moving on. Another disadvantage of installing mini braids is taking them down. Oh my goodness. Losing mini braids can be very frustrating, especially when you're used to doing cornrows or you're used to doing twists. Twists are so easy to take down, but mini braids, especially when you leave them for a long period of time, which I would recommend depending on how your hair reacts to it. Personally, I do not take down my hair unless it is at least 4 weeks old. I would advise anybody, if you're just installing mini braids for the first time, I would advise you to reach 4 weeks, unless you're very sure that your hair locks up very easily. I know that some people that have really, I don't know, hairs that get locked up easily. So at the end of the day, it depends on how your hair would react to it, but I would always advise to install your mini braids for at least 4 weeks. That helps a lot. You don't have to deal with the hair, not like your hair is a problem, but you don't have to take it down and do all of that. You don't have to do all of that frequently, which actually leads to over manipulation and can cause a lot of breakage. But if you leave your hair in the style for a longer period of time, you retain more length, and you retain more length, and your hair gets thicker because there's not a lot of breakage going on with over manipulating your hair all the time. But then again, the disadvantage is that the longer you leave it, the harder it is to take down. It's easier to take down a 2 weeks old mini braid than it is taking down a 4 weeks old mini braids. Guys, I've actually left my mini braids for up to 3 months before, and it was a bit difficult to take down, but I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. It was fine, and my hair grew so much. I mean, my hair, yes, I retained more length. Your hair is always growing, but you retain more length. And by the way, let me just put this disclaimer out there. There is this mentality that a lot of people have, that mini braids will grow your hair. Mini braids will not grow your hair, like actually grow the hair from the scalp. It doesn't make any sense that you're braiding your hair and somehow the style is making it grow faster. Do you understand? But one thing that mini braid does is that the little hair that you're growing from your scalp, it's helping you to make sure the hair remains attached to your hair strands. So that's why a lot of people think mini braids grow out their hair, but just putting your hair in a strand, and especially because mini braids is, if they braid it well, it will stretch out and it just prevents your hair from tangling up and all of that. So your hair, it's easier to retain the length because there's no space for your hair to break off. Personally, my hair used to break up. Good morning. So yeah, for me, twists tend to tangle my hair up more than braids, and then when taking them down, because with twists you just have to separate the 2 strands that you usually twist and then just do this, so it easily comes off. But for me, my hair tends to tangle with each other, so when I do that, a lot of hair breaks off. I hope that makes sense. No matter how gentle I am, twists just don't work for me. Mini braids work best for me. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I know that a lot of people face a lot of challenges when it comes to mini braids, and then they just write it off and they're like, yeah, this hairstyle doesn't work for me. But you, like I said, you have to know your motive, understand why you're doing what you're doing. If you're trying to grow out your hair, understand that there's going to be a lot of hassle on the way, and I don't know, you just have to pick your struggle. If it is to grow out your hair, just understand that your hair might not look cute all the time, and that's okay, because you're trying to grow out your hair. Invest in wigs. You get it? Anyway, that's all for today. I hope this video makes sense, because I've not eaten and my head is just all over the place, and the weather is really hot, so I'm confused a little. I'm a little bit confused, but I hope this video was helpful. All right, bye bye.